Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your monthly general reading for February. Again, these are general readings, so they may not resonate with all of you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it does resonate, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. At the end of the reading, I will pull a card from the Oracle of Fairies for you, so stick around for that. But let's get into it. What is going on with Capricorn's energy for February, please? This is you. This is what crosses you or your challenge for February. Your conscious energy, unconscious energy, your past, your future, attitude towards the situation, energy that surrounds you may not be aware of, hopes and fears, and the possible outcome of the situation. Alright, so the overview is looking pretty good, Capricorn. So to start the reading off, for your energy, you get the Emperor card. In this deck, it is called the Forest Lord. So focused very much on structure, on stability, on routines. It seems like you are sticking to a certain schedule, and also being kind of, I don't want to say hard on yourself, but very strict and regimented. For what's crossing you or your challenge, you get the Nine of Cups. So possibly trying to find something that is emotionally fulfilling for you in the middle of all of this structure and stability, and are you finding emotional fulfillment from that? I feel like you're trying to figure that out. For your conscious energy, you do get the Queen of Cups. So there's a lot of love energy, I feel like, going on a little bit. So you are very compassionate, very empathetic, very kind, warm-hearted individual. You could have a lot of love for somebody in your life, but we'll clarify. For your unconscious energy, you get the Three of Wands. So this is a really big moment of growth and expansion for you, and I feel like you aren't really that conscious of it because it's in your unconscious energy. But it feels like you are leaving comfort, taking risk, expanding your horizons. Could be maybe some traveling's coming up that you're not aware of yet. But for your past, you get the Judgment card. So possibly this is what's started this whole kind of growth moment for you. Kind of an awakening that happened in your past, realizing that all of your actions have consequences, and the actions that you make today will lead to the results that you want or either don't want in the future. For your future energy, you get the Chariot. In this deck, it is called the Fairy Wind. So again, feeling very determined, very driven, very ambitious. It seems like you have a lot of willpower to achieve something in the future. For your attitude towards the situation, you get the Ace of Cups. So yeah, there's that other love situation I was talking about. This could be a new beginning in love, or kind of just an overwhelming sense of self-love, of inspiration, of kind of getting in touch with your intuition and your creative side. For the energy that surrounds you and you may not be aware of, you also get the Two of Wands. So this is kind of an energy of planning this is like the planning aspect of before the Three of Wands, where you actually start taking action towards implementing those plans. But I feel like it's not only you this is happening for, it's also the people that are around you as well, and maybe they're supporting your thoughts and ideas and your plans to grow. For your hopes and fears, you get the Moon. So maybe a little afraid of uncovering your unconscious energy, or uncovering some deep, possibly hidden emotions that you've stored away for a while, but we'll clarify. And for the possible outcome of the situation, you do get the Hierophant. In this deck, it is called the Wise Woman. So there is a big emphasis, I think that's how you say it, on your intuition, on kind of the unknown. I feel like there's a strong focus on uncovering things that you've hidden from yourself, or that you feel like you weren't aware of for a while, so we'll clarify and see what's going on. Let's start off with the Emperor card for your conscious energy. Why is the Emperor here for Capricorn in February, please? Okay. For the Emperor, you get the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, so you are very passionate, kind of almost like fearless, and you're very much, you're standing your ground in a lot of situations and what you believe in and what you stand for, possibly in work situations as well. You know, if somebody kind of talks over you, or like just, what's the word I'm looking for? Rushes over whatever idea that you put out there, you're like, whoa, hold up. What about what I just said? That type of thing. But it seems like you're standing very firm in your beliefs. And it seems like you do have a collaboration going on, people working on a certain project together. But let's clarify the Nine of Cups for what's crossing you. Why is the Nine of Cups here for Capricorn's energy in February, please? Why is the Nine of Cups crossing Capricorn? Okay, so for the Nine of Cups, you get the Page of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Four of Cups. Okay. So it feels like you are becoming a little bit more curious. I feel like you have this desire for emotional fulfillment, and it's almost like where you are at now, you think you should have that, but for some reason you're not connected to your emotions, you're a little apathetic, you're a little dissatisfied and kind of bored with your situation. So you're kind of curious as to why that is, you're trying to figure that out, you're thinking things through, maybe discussing this with somebody else in your life as to why it is that you're feeling this way. I feel like could be dissatisfaction with your current work situation, or possibly in a relationship, take it as it resonates, but there's just this energy of like not being there emotionally. Let's clarify the Queen of Cups here. For the Queen of Cups, you get the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. Alrighty. So it seems like you're holding on to a relationship that you had spent a lot of time and energy on that didn't work out. Somebody that you had a lot of love for. If this isn't a relationship, because there are two Pentacles and then the Three of Swords, but possibly a work project that you were very passionate about, something that was kind of more on your creative side that didn't work out, and then you're kind of hurting a little bit at the fact that that thing that would have been emotionally fulfilling for you didn't kind of give you the results that you were wanting or expecting. So that is interesting. Or it could be a relationship that didn't work out. But you're kind of holding on to that feeling of hurt, of loss, of kind of... And it's kind of discouraging you from trying something again. Trying something different or new. Let's clarify the Three of Wands, though. For your unconscious energy. Mercy. Alright, Three of Wands for your unconscious energy, Capricorn. Okay. For the Three of Wands, you get the Emperor, the Strength, the Six of Cups. Okay. So, it's almost like you're trying to... Unconsciously, you are analyzing this I don't want to say darker part of yourself, but a part of yourself that is in your unconscious, that is, I don't know if you're analyzing it, but it's just there. Something from your past, possibly your childhood, that makes you want to have this structure, this stability. There's so much focus on that, feeling the need for, or the so much importance is placed on that. But in order to kind of analyze that and figure out why it is, it takes a lot of strength and inner courage for you to analyze why everything needs to go a certain way, why this needs to work out and that needs to work out exactly in that order, or if something doesn't work out the way you expected, why you feel so upset about it. I feel like there's a lot of pressure that you put on yourself to be constantly growing, to be constantly, improving yourself, to constantly possibly be getting promotions and making more money, constantly climbing that ladder. So that's interesting. But let's clarify this Judgment card for your past here, Capricorn. Okay. For the Judgment card, you get the Star, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So, in the past, it felt like you had to make a decision between financial stability, financial abundance, or something that was more so kind of what you really wanted, what like your hopes and your dreams were, versus it felt like you couldn't get financial stability from that hope and dream, so you had to make a decision to either go for that or go in a different direction that was more stable for you. But then with the Judgment card there, it was also realizing that this decision that you make is going to have long-term consequences. So I felt like you were stuck in a moment of kind of procrastination on making that decision for a little while. But there was something that really made you inspired and feel very fulfilled. And I feel like you did think or feel like that passion or dream that you had could also possibly be financially stable for you, but it had like a slimmer chance of that happening than a more possibly traditional route. Let's clarify the Chariot for your future energy here, Capricorn. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was pretty impressive. Can't lie. I know, not dropping the cards, but catching it. Let's clarify the Chariot. Okay. Well, that's too many. Maybe it wasn't as impressive as I said. All right. We're clarifying the Chariot for Capricorn's future energy. We'll take that one. Okay. For the Chariot, you get the Lovers, the Seven of Cups, the King of Cups. Okay. So, I don't know if you're determined and driven to kind of find a happy, fulfilling relationship, a good partner. Seems like you have a lot of options, though, in the future here, Capricorn. Could not, possibly, opportunities in love and possibly opportunities for new work ventures that you are very passionate about and excited about. But I see it more as opportunities in love that you're very determined to go for. You could be going out dating, that's why there's a lot of options, but it's like you have so much love to give, and being able to tap into that energy may be a little hard for you at times, but this future energy is you being very determined to do that. Possibly getting back out there after whatever it is that this situation is that you're dealing with, this heartbreak, this loss, if this isn't a work thing that you're still kind of holding on to, finally deciding to release that and put yourself back out there again. But let's clarify the Ace of Cups for your attitude towards the situation. I feel like I always tend to make everything about work with you, Capricorn. Capricorn, because you're such a workhorse. But there are also a lot of pentacles coming up, so it's very much financially related and emotionally detached until this future energy. But let's clarify the Ace of Cups for your attitude towards a situation. Okay. For the Ace of Cups, you get the Queen of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Eight of Wands. Okay. So, I feel like you are, of course, you're very independent, very self-assured, but you're taking on a little bit more of a kind of passionate, I don't want to say go-getter because you're a go-getter, but a more of an extroverted energy. I don't know if there's also an energy of waiting for something, but something happening very quickly. So, I feel like once you're taking on this energy as feel like kind of like a break from something, and then once you do that, things start picking up very quickly. Some communication may be happening between you and another person, and maybe this is kind of the start of you putting yourself back out there again, either in love or something that you are going for that's a little bit more creative, or too interesting. It's also, I feel like it's just you wanting something to happen very quickly, but being aware that you're going to have to wait. It's like almost it's a procrastination that has a purpose. Let's clarify the Two of Wands, the energy that surrounds you and you may not be aware of. Okay, for the Two of Wands, you get the Ace of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Tower. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like this is your energy that you're kind of maybe unconsciously putting off, or I don't know, there's an energy of having a spark of inspiration, of passion, something new and exciting that you want to go for, starting the planning process, starting going after it, and then I don't know if it's a fear or something starts crumbling on top of you. Some sort of chaos or disaster happens, some sort of upheaval, maybe something happens outside of the situation where you start to, or where you have to stop focusing on this thing that you're excited and passionate about, and you've literally taken all of the steps in order to pursue it, and then something happens to withdraw your attention from it to kind of go do somebody else's rescue. It's interesting. Let's clarify the Moon card for your hopes and fears. Why is the Moon card here for Capricorn in February? Okay, for the Moon, you get the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So, there is something very deeply hidden within you. I feel like this is an abandonment wound or something that makes you just fear loss in any form. Loss of finances, loss of people in your life. And being able to shed light on that and figure out why that is very scary for you. It is very intimidating. It keeps you up at night. So it's almost like you distract yourself from doing that by working very hard on your career, on gaining financial success, on perfecting your craft. But there is a part of you that hopes that you can work on yourself as hard as you work on your job or your career. I know obviously you're working on yourself as well, but being able to look at that piece of yourself that you know needs healing, needs to be analyzed and felt. Let's clarify the High Priestess for the possible outcome. Okay. For the High Priestess, you get the High Priestess, the World, the Knight of Swords. Okay. So, it feels like you are deciding to kind of follow a gut instinct or uncover this part of yourself that's kind of been, I don't want to say like, it's been like haunting you for your entire life. That sounds a little scary. But closing out some sort of cycle that kind of brings peace back into your life, that makes you feel very whole and at one with yourself and at one with the world, and you're tackling this thing with a lot of gusto, a lot of fearless energy, a lot of we're going to get this done, it's time, this is what needs to be done in order for me to move forward. And you're also, you're like deciding to finally be honest with yourself about what it is that's going on. Let's get a card from the Oracle of Fairies for you, Capricorn. What do the fairies want Capricorn to know for February, please? And thank you. Moderation. Interesting. Every time I see this card, I low-key think this fairy looks like me. But I don't know if you could see it. Alright, let's read a little bit from here for you. Okay. Alrighty. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily, although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. This card draws your attention to your diet and how the food you eat has a direct influence on your health. Perhaps you're consuming too much unhealthy food or are drinking to excess, or know someone who is. When it comes to food and drink, moderation is the key. We're all capable of developing either healthy or unhealthy eating habits. And it's important to be honest with yourself about this. How does the food you eat make you feel? Are you always trying out new food fads? Do you still feel empty after a meal? Fairies can also consume human food, but by absorbing its energies rather than consuming it physically. Next time you're eating outside, perhaps you're enjoying a picnic, you may notice that your food tastes a little bland. This may be because the fairies are also enjoying your feast. The fairies encourage you to eat food that's fresh, pure, and ideally free of pesticides. Raw foods such as salads can give us extra energy due to the increased nutrients and vitamins they contain. It might also be worth exploring natural vitamin supplements, especially in wintertime. Interesting. I feel like moderation this card is like, represents the temperance card, so maybe Sagittarius, but also the devil is the card for Capricorn in the tarot deck, so that's all about overindulgence and placing importance on things that make us feel good, kind of like a hedonistic mentality. So maybe that has something to do with it. But that is all I have for you, Capricorn, for your general reading for February. I really hope this helped, and have a wonderful rest of your day.